Okay, I'm gonna do a throwback Thursday this morning on the way to work. And this is going to be the story about the 2-bit whore. But before I get into telling the story, I'll give you a little history lesson as I know it. Now, first thing is that prostitution is referred to as the oldest profession in the world. And apparently it is for women. Prostitution has been around since the beginning days of recorded history, and probably even before then. So, now let's get to the bit about the 2-bit. The way it was explained to me, and my understanding is, this may not be 100% factual, but this goes back to the days of, I guess it was the Spanish doubloons, gold doubloons that were marked that you could cut into 8 pieces and use for change or buy things of lesser quantity or quality that needed a whole coin. And so each of those 8 pieces was referred to as a bit. So 2 pieces would be a bit. That'd be 1/4 of the coin. Now you move forward to modern day America in the Old West, when you had your paper money, which was $1, and you had your coins, which were quarters. Okay, well, a quarter was exactly what it says, 1/4 of $1, which would be 2 bits. If you considered the dollar to be the same as the gold doubloon pieces of 8 coin. So that's where the term 2-bit comes in for a quarter. At least as far as I know. So now let's get to the story. Okay, I'm working out of Eastern Division, Beat 46 John, Sierra Mesa area. It's a Friday night and I'm working second watch. I just got done taking a report and cleared and told dispatch I was going to run down to the 7-Eleven, grab a quick cup of coffee and use the restroom before taking the next call to the next report to be done. Well, I think I had like 3 calls stacked up waiting for me. But I was already several hours into my shift and I needed to use the restroom. So I get down to the 7-Eleven and I pull in. The parking lot, of course, is full because it's a Friday night. So I go around the backside, look for a parking spot, and as I come around the corner, my headlights hit this car. And I see this guy sitting in the driver's seat of his car, and he gets that, oh shit, popo look on his face. You know, kind of like the deer caught in the headlight, so I know something's up. So I stop right there with my headlights right on him, lifting him up, and I see him mouth, "It's the cops." All of a sudden, this woman's head pops up out of his lap, and she sits there and takes the back of her hand and wipes her mouth off, and sits up in the passenger seat. Well, I get out of my car and I start walking up the car, and of course he's sitting there fooling with something down into his lap, and I already have a good idea of what he's doing. As I approach the car, I can see he's putting his manhood back in his pants and zipping his pants up and buckling his jeans. So I knock on the window, he rolls it down, and I tell him, you know, get out of the car and give me your ID, which he does. Reluctantly, but he does do it. He gets out and hands me his driver's license. Tell him to put his hands on top of the roof of the car. I'm going to pat you down for weapons just to make sure you don't have anything for my safety and yours, which of course I do. And I tell him, all right, come on over here in front of my car. At which point I tell him, all right, right now you are being detained for being engaged in a lewd act in public. What happens from this point on depends on whether or not you have any warrants out for your arrest and your attitude. So, have a seat on the ground in front of my patrol car, which he does. So I stick his license in my belt buckle, and I'll walk over to the passenger side and tell the woman to get out and ask her for her ID. Well, she reaches down, and on the floorboard of the passenger side are 2 tennis shoes, women's tennis shoes. And the tennis shoes are filled with coins, most of which look like quarters, and some of them have paint on them. Look like they have come out of a vending machine of some sort. So that's where her ID is at, is in the tennis shoes. She reaches down and gives me her ID. So I tell her the same thing. Okay, right now, you are being detained for committing a lewd act in public, and depending on what happens now is what's going to happen to you. I'm going to run checks for warrants. If you don't have any warrants and your attitude's good, then I'll probably just issue you a misdemeanor citation and let you go. And she goes, looks at me and goes, you know, I know exactly what you guys were doing. Well, she starts, you know, telling me, you know, well, please don't arrest me for prostitution and impound my money and take me to jail. I got kids to feed, blah, blah, blah. Well, the woman's like in her, I believe it was like 32 or something, if I remember correctly. But she looked like she's in her 50s. She's had a hard life, you can tell. But she was made up pretty good. I mean, if you were to see her out in public, you would not suspect her of being a prostitute. She's just like a normal person. And I appreciated her honesty, even though I didn't need her to tell me what she was doing. I already knew what she was doing. So I told her, well, okay, well, if everything checks out and you don't have any warrants, I'm just going to issue the misdemeanor citation for engaging in lewd acts in public. I'll let you keep your money, and you can be on your way. So I run them both for warrants, and, you know, they come back clean, no warrants for either one, so they had both been cooperative. The guy had sat there on the ground in front of my patrol car, didn't try to run or give me any crap. So I went ahead and issued them both misdemeanor citations. She asked me again if she could take her tennis shoes out of the car full of money. I said, sure, go ahead and take them. You know, and the guy gets in the car and he's going to go ahead and leave. She's going to walk on home. And I'm looking there and, well, okay, here's part of the, I forgot to tell you about this part of the story. Yeah, I went over and I talked to him about where did he get all them quarters at? Well, apparently he was the building manager of the apartments down the street. And he had met her in the parking lot, so he ran back to the apartments real quick, got the keys and emptied out the washer and the dryers of all the coins at the laundromat in the apartment complex, and that's why it was all quarters, nickels, and dimes. And he had no idea how much money it was just all that it was, and that she had no idea how much money it was either. So anyways, we get back to the story. Okay, he's getting in the car, he's going to leave, she's going to walk on back home to wherever it was she lives. It was close by, I know, and she's got her 2 tennis shoes full of money, you know, and you know, we had talked about it, and she had no idea how much money was there, and I wasn't going to confiscate it and throw her in jail, so I was just going to let her go. And she's thanking me and all that kind of stuff, and I just, you know, end off the conversation, well, with, you know, don't ever let me catch you down here again doing this, or I will have to take you to jail. You're getting a break this time. And off she goes, and I go on into the 7-Eleven and use the restroom and grab me a cup of coffee. Clear the radio and head back out on the beat with 2 misdemeanor citation arrests on the coffee break. So that's my story about the 2-bit whore. Because she literally was turning tricks for quarters. And yeah, it is a sad story for her. I mean, to end up, you know, that's what you do for a living. But, oh well. I myself kind of thought it was funny at the time to literally come across a 2-bit whore. And yes, I know I keep saying 2-bit whore. Alright, well, hit the like button if you thought it was funny. Make some comments. Hey, subscribe. Come back again next week for another Throwback Thursday. I hope you think it's as funny as I thought it was. I mean, you had to discount the fact of what she was doing. I mean, yeah, that's not funny. It's a horrible life to have to live, but that's the life she chose. And I could have went ahead and arrested both of them and taken them downtown, got them booked into jail, but that would have taken me off my beat for at least 2 hours, and all those radio calls would be sitting there waiting for me when I got back. And as it is, instead I ended up spending maybe 15-20 minutes writing out 2 misdemeanor citation arrests and sending them on their way. Okay, I'm done now. Bye-bye.